the years, many YouTubers have had some of the wackiest fans imaginable. And I'm not talking about your fan who watches every single video or something of that sort. What I'm talking about is people who become very obsessed, almost to the point where you think that they may be in love with the YouTuber, and it's something that's just always so absolutely crazy to watch because it's never something that's like insanely normal. Now, there is stories of YouTubers falling in love with their fans. I believe, if I remember correctly, Tfue's wife was his fan, then his assistant, and then now his wife or his girlfriend. And I think that stuff like that is perfectly fine, but I'm not talking about that today. What I'm talking about is the guys who go to the next level, the guys who stalk YouTubers, the guys who lurk in the shadows, and the guys who maybe try to take advantage of a YouTuber's clout even a little bit. So that's what we're gonna, kind of talk about today. So if you don't know, there is a famous YouTuber named KSI. He reacts to videos. He every once in a while, like great once in a while, he plays video games. He owns the company Prime alongside Logan Paul. And KSI has been one of the biggest YouTubers for a very long time. So I'm sure there's definitely been a lot of fans around him that have just been absolutely bonkers. But the one I'm talking about in particular is this brand new one called Sopas Tattoos. Now, if you don't know who Sopas Tattoos is, that is perfectly okay. If you don't know who Sopas Tattoos is, Sopas Tattoos is this guy who, I don't know if he's a tattoo artist or what he really does outside of content creation, but he is this guy who claims that every single day for the last like 300 and something days, he has been getting tattoos of KSI's name on his body until KSI basically gives him a phone call. And it's gotten so much to the point where he did get viral at one point and KSI ended up seeing it. And instead of KSI calling him, which is kind of the biggest troll ever, essentially KSI told him to please stop as it's going to kind of ruin the guy's life. And if this is real, like 100%, this is something that's going to be very difficult for this guy down the road, as it's not just like a tattoo here and there, or maybe he gets it on like his arm. He is getting it on his forehead, his legs, and presumably, if KSI never calls him back, his entire body is going to be filled with nothing but KSI's name on it. And it's getting to the point where he's getting called like that people basically don't believe him, right? Like logically, people don't believe this, and the reason that people don't believe this isn't because the tattoos aren't in the same spot or anything. It's because of a multitude of different reasons. One, some of his tattoos go missing, so either he's recording videos like days ahead of time, or he's erasing them, like they're actually a marker, because he never shows the full tattoo process, obviously. It's on TikTok, so it is short form content. So I do like to give him the benefit of the doubt when it comes to that. But one that I saw be brought up in particular is something like this. So on his hand right here, there was a video a while back where he had KSI's name tattooed on his hand. As you can see, it is no longer in this video, and this is something that Moist Critical talked about. And ever since I saw a glimpse of like he is supposed to have a tattoo on his hand, but it's no longer there, I scrolled through this guy's account for an hour, and it was hard to find a pixel perfect hand shot where he didn't have the tattoo. And I don't mean like all of them have the tattoo. I mean, he's good at covering his hands.
I
Like, if we
think I
just look
just
here,
found out the cheapest thing
see, his hands aren't covered here, but then,
today is day 354 of trying to make a
like, hands covered. Here, let me mute this. Hands covered. Hands covered. Like, hard to see. Hands covered. Hands covered. And then, like, obviously, this is, like, hard to see underneath here. So this is why a lot of people say that this guy is faking it. But I think there's a more logical reason as to why I personally believe this guy is faking it. And if he's not, no hate to him at all. Obviously, he's doing this for whatever reasons he desires. But the reason that I believe that he is faking it is because if he claims that every single day for the last 365 days he has gotten KSI's name tattooed, and most of the tattoos are on his legs, I'll show you guys that here in a second, then logically his legs would be swollen like a elephant. I mean, his legs would literally be popping out of his shoes. You guys remember that episode of Family Guy where Peter gets like really big and his legs are like this big around like actual tree trunks? Like I feel like that's what your legs would be like, because not only would the swelling never go down if you're getting a tattoo every single day, but there's also a level of like extreme poison that you're essentially putting into your body, because tattooing is fairly safe in general, but there's a reason you're supposed to go through a healing process for your entire body, not only to reduce swelling but to reduce any infections or health risk. So like this guy is either the grand champion of the arena, just has absolutely beast genetics, or he's lying. And that's the only two things I can really say. Can I see one of him getting it tattooed? Yeah, here we go. I found one of him getting a tattoo on his leg. So as you can see here, he's getting it tattooed on his leg. Let's see if he shows it. So you can kind of see it like in the background. He has a lot of stuff on his leg. But this is kind of how every single tattoo video goes. So here you go. This is how many KSI tattoos he has on his leg. Yeah, bro, your leg would be messed up. I'm just sorry to say that. I'm not saying that tattoos in general like mess up your arm or mess up your leg, but getting one every single day, like probably less than 24 hours apart, you would be miserable. So either this guy's faking it or he's an absolute legend, and there's just no in between. And if he is, then if he's not faking it, then this is like diabolical work for like what he's getting, right? He has some videos pop off on TikTok, obviously, but like for what he's really getting, I just don't know. I feel here's a theory, crazy theory incoming, absolute bonkers alert. So here's a good theory. What if KSI is paying this guy to just tattoo his name on his body and just like indefinitely basically promote KSI? He's probably not, but like that's what it feels like. It's to that level of like craziness where it feels like this is a guy getting paid to do this, but he's not being paid to do this. I'm assuming he's like a tattoo artist or something like that, because there's no way, if this is real, he's getting like KSI's face tattooed on him. That's what he should do. When he hits day 1000 of KSI never calling him back, he should get KSI's face tattooed onto his face. Absolute legend. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to rant about today, was just this bonkers guy I saw on TikTok. Obviously, no hate to this guy. If this is what he likes to do in his free time, then who am I to judge? Well, I hope you guys enjoyed and have a wonderful night. Peace.